We all know the struggle. You work hard, you earn your paycheck, and before you know it, it's gone. You're left wondering where all your money went. Let's face it, managing finances is not a walk in the park. It's more like navigating a labyrinth. You're continually trying to balance between income and expenses, savings and splurges, needs and wants. And before you realize it, your hard-earned money seems to have vanished into thin air. This common predicament isn't just a reality for the financially inexperienced, but also for those who've been managing money for years. It's a universal struggle that transcends age, income brackets, and financial knowledge. And it's a struggle that stems from one fundamental issue: losing track of our spending. You see, our money doesn't really disappear. It simply slips through the cracks of our awareness, spent on little things that we don't account for. A coffee here, a takeout meal there, an impulse buy at the checkout line, they all add up. And because we don't keep a record, we fail to realize the cumulative impact of these seemingly insignificant expenses. But why is tracking expenses so crucial? Well, it's the cornerstone of effective financial management. It gives you a clear picture of where your money is going, helps you identify unnecessary expenditures, and empowers you to make informed decisions about your financial future. It's like shining a light in the dark labyrinth of financial management, illuminating the path to financial stability and freedom. So, if you've ever found yourself asking, "Where did all my money go?" Or if you've ever felt like your finances are spiraling out of control, you're not alone. But fear not, there's a simple solution to this problem: tracking your expenses. So why track your expenses? Well, it's all about gaining control over your money. When you start tracking your expenses, you're taking the first step towards financial freedom. You're saying, "I'm the boss of my money, not the other way around." You'll see where every cent goes, and that knowledge gives you power. Power to make changes, power to save, power to invest. Imagine being able to pinpoint exactly where your money escapes each month. Those little drips of cash that trickle away, almost unnoticed. Maybe it's that daily coffee on the way to work, or those impulse buys when you're scrolling online late at night. When you track your expenses, these money leaks become glaringly obvious. And once you see them, you can plug them. But it's not just about curbing unnecessary spending. It's also about planning for the future. When you track your expenses, you can create a realistic and achievable budget. You can set financial goals and watch as you inch closer to them each month. Want to save for a down payment on a house? Need to pay off that student loan? Tracking your expenses can help you get there. And let's not forget the peace of mind that comes with financial control. No more sleepless nights worrying about how you're going to pay that unexpected bill. No more stress at the end of the month when you're not sure where the money's going to come from. When you track your expenses, you're prepared for life's financial curveballs. Remember, it's not about making drastic changes overnight. It's about making small, consistent changes that add up over time. It's about taking the first step, then the second, then the third, and before you know it, you've climbed a mountain. By tracking your expenses, you'll know exactly where your money is going, and you'll be able to make informed decisions about your spending. So, are you ready to take control of your money? Let's dive into how you can start tracking your expenses. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds great, but how do I start? Well, it's easier than you might think. First things first, you need to know where your money is coming from. So, start by listing all your sources of income. This might include your salary, any side gig earnings, income from investments, and even cash gifts. This gives you a clear picture of your total monthly income, which is the starting point for your budget. Next up, it's time to note down all your regular bills. This includes everything from your rent or mortgage, utilities, subscriptions, insurance premiums, to car payments. Don't forget to include those quarterly or annual bills as well. Just divide the total amount by 12 or 4 respectively to get a monthly figure. Now let's move on to your daily spending. This might seem a bit overwhelming at first, but don't worry. Start by tracking everything you spend money on for a month. Yes, even that cup of coffee you grab on your way to work, every snack, every online purchase, every penny counts. This will give you a complete picture of where your money is going, and you might even be surprised at how those little expenses add up over time. Once you have a handle on your income and expenses, it's time to create your budget. Deduct your total expenses from your income. If you have money left over, great. You can allocate this to savings or investments. If not, it's time to take a good look at those expenses and figure out where you can cut back. Finally, the most important step. Review and adjust your budget regularly. Life changes, and so do your finances. Maybe you got a raise at work, or your car insurance went up. Adjust your budget accordingly to stay on top of your finances. Remember, this process isn't about making drastic changes. It's about understanding where your money is going so you can make informed decisions. It might take a little time to get used to, but with consistency, you'll see the benefits. And just like that, you're on your way to better financial management. If you're feeling overwhelmed, don't worry. There are plenty of tools out there to help you. Let's take a moment to discuss some of these tools that can simplify the process of tracking your expenses. At the most basic level, we have the traditional method of pen and paper. This is as simple as it gets. You jot down your expenses in a notebook, categorize them, and add them up at the end of the month. The advantage here is that it's straightforward and doesn't require any special tech or apps. However, it can be time-consuming and there's always the risk of losing your notes. Next up, we have spreadsheets. You can use programs like Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets to create a customized expense tracker. This method allows for more detail and the ability to create formulas to automate calculations. Plus, you can access and update your spreadsheet from any device. But it does require some basic knowledge of how to use spreadsheets, and it can be a bit tedious to input data manually. Then we have budgeting apps, which are designed to make expense tracking easier and more convenient. Apps like You Need a Budget, or YNAB for short, and Mint offer a range of features from linking directly to your bank account, categorizing expenses automatically, to providing visual reports of your spending habits. The downside is that these apps often require a subscription fee, and there might be concerns about data privacy. Lastly, there's the option of hiring a financial advisor or life coach to guide you through the process. This is a great option if you want personalized advice and accountability, but it does come at a higher cost. Each of these tools has its pros and cons, and what works best will depend on your personal preferences, your comfort with technology, and your budget. Remember, the best tool is the one that you'll actually use, so choose the method that works best for you. So, there you have it. A simple guide to tracking your expenses and taking control of your finances. We've dived into the struggles of managing finances, the benefits of keeping tabs on your expenses, and the practical steps to get started. We've also explored some invaluable tools to make the process easier. Now the ball is in your court. Take what you've learned today and put it into action. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to start. And once you do, you'll be amazed at how this simple habit can transform your financial health. So, why not start today? And as you do, I want to hear about your journey. What challenges did you face? How did you overcome them? What changes have you noticed? Your stories matter, and they can inspire others to take control of their finances too. Thank you for joining me today. Make sure to subscribe to Online with Teresa for more helpful tips on managing your life. And don't forget to leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about your experience with tracking expenses. Remember, every step you take is a step towards better financial health. So start tracking today.